Alright, let's see what's going on around the
Silicon
news.
Valley leaders have typically supported Democratic presidential candidates. So why has there been a sudden shift toward Republicans?
I don't know.
It surprises me that the shift is getting a lot of attention. It's predictable. It's inevitable.
Longtime California Democratic strategist Derry Schrago says it comes down to basic economics. Tech CEOs now
He
have
says it's
an immense
money.
amount of wealth, and they want to hold on to it. Republicans tend to support lower taxes on the wealthy and fewer regulations.
And
Oh my
it should
goodness,
come as no
economy.
surprise that they
That's
will
why they're
exploit that
changing
wealth to
Republican?
protect their own interests. I mean, they have every right to do that, and their interests are, in general, not to be taxed and not to be regulated. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. That's just the position they're in.
President Trump must win.
While the shift has taken place gradually, the biggest swing came during the 2024 campaign,
I don't know
led
if
by Elon Musk.
Trump and Musk
had not
will
been
mend
involved
the
in politics
relationship.
very much previously, but then led a new group of Silicon Valley investors into the political arena.
The earlier investors
Especially
in the
how
during the
fucking
2024
Trump
cycle
smacked
were
down a
more
lot of
investors. Those were
EV
tech
right initiatives
executives coming out of the woodworks, the Elon
because of the
Musks,
climate
people in
change
the past.
motherfuckers.
So should Democrats be concerned about this swing?
Yes, there is a concern.
Right,
there absolutely is a concern,
the
but
policy
you
that
know,
by what was it,
I mean, there's nothing
2035 or
new here.
2032, they were
Schrago
going to try and
says
make
big money in
California
American
all
politics
EV.
has been the status
That would
quo for
essentially
decades.
make
The party needs to
Elon
focus
Musk a
on
very
what's
rich
brought them
man,
success in
right?
the past.
But
Democrats
Trump said, nope, not
gained
going to
power
happen.
in this
So,
country
there
back
goes
in the
that.
relatively early part of the 20th century.
Well,
by
not just
fighting
Elon Musk, but all the
for
companies that have
workers,
EV right
for the people
vehicles,
employed by
electric
by the
vehicles.
large companies, and that's not presently part of this very superficial discussion that's taking place.
After such a quick switch to the right, could another switch back come in the next election?
It's been such a quick shift already just during the 2024 cycle. I think that just in the final months of that cycle, it completely changed the face of like who Silicon Valley supports in elections. And so I think that it's hard to say what shift happens next because it has been so quick, which is very much echoes the rest of the tech world.
For more unbiased updates, download the Straight Arrow News app or go to san.com.
There you have it.
Not guilty plea was entered for a Breathitt County mother accused of killing her 10-year-old son.
Jaden Spicer was found dead Tuesday near Canoe Road in Breathitt County. His mother, Felicia Gross, was arrested and charged with second-degree manslaughter, abuse of a corpse, and tampering with evidence and witnesses. She was in court today.
According to an arrest
Oh,
citation,
she got the
Gross
fucking
confessed to
suicide.
police that she gave
Got the
Jaden
suicide
sleep
vest
medication
on.
that she believes caused him to have a medical emergency that killed him. It goes on to say that Gross told police that she later took Jaden's body to a wooded area and buried his remains underground in a plastic tote. Community members say they were shocked and devastated when they heard the news.
You just don't think something could happen here in your hometown, but when it did, I was like, oh wow, that's, mind-blowing to me.
Kentuckians
Oh,
are
no.
mourning Jaden. Last night, the community came together to
are
hold
these
a
people
prayer vigil for
Karens?
him. His
Oh,
aunt,
Jesus.
Samantha Brunty, and
But she
Sean
has a
Sailors
Tupac
worked
shirt.
closely with state
But
police
she can't
to
be a
help during
Karen.
the
Oh,
search.
I don't
They
know
say the
anymore.
days leading up to the discovery of his body
He's playing
were some of
both
the hardest
sides.
of their lives.
I just hope and pray that that baby has his final moments of resting and everybody can know that he is safe.
He was full of light, always smiling, and he just loved being around his family and friends, and
Man, this is the deep south.
he
Holy
was
shit.
a happy kid.
Jaden's aunts say their family is heartbroken right now, but add the outpouring of community support will help them and their family heal. Gross will be back in court Monday for a preliminary hearing. We expect to get
Did you
detective
notice something?
testimony.
Like almost
We will continue
half of the
following
people there were
latest
like
from this
kind of
investigation
fat. God
into
damn it! I'm
Jaden's
sorry.
death and how the
I need to
community is
stop.
honoring his life. Scan the
I'm
QR code
social.
you see on your screen now to
I'm
get the free
racially
WKYT
profiling
News app.
people.
There you'll see our latest coverage of this story
Not
and
good.
more, and
It
get
is not
alerts
good.
sent straight to your phone.
Back to school season is in full swing, and for many, that used to mean new notebooks and maybe a trip to the mall if you were lucky. But these days, some kids are showing up dressed like it's New York Fashion Week. But here's the thing, a new study shows many parents are willing to go into debt to make it happen to not
So
disappoint their
basically,
kids.
apparently parents, just as kids, chase trends they're not supposed to.
I remember the
Yikes.
feeling, making sure my outfits were on point for returning
That's
to
cringe.
school. And with
That's
the
actually-
power
ugh.
and pressure of social media, kids
That's
everywhere
fucking
are posting
cringe
their
as
back to
fuck.
school outfits, with most being right out of designer stores. Time out. I do not mean to pocket watch, but let me give you a quick breakdown of some of these prices. These
Yeah.
Chanel sneakers, $1,300.
Jesus! I'm sorry, 13 Dude, this is like fashion designer wear shit. No, this is rich people bullshit. No, fuck that shit. Nope.
MCM
No.
tote bag for $730 at Neiman Marcus. Purple brand denim jeans, $400 at Nordstrom Rack. but
Fuck
originally
that.
just
400
under
bucks for all that?
$1,000.
Fuck
And
you.
several of
You
the
you know what
sneakers
I'm
are
wearing,
Rick
right?
Owens,
This
which
is
will cost you anywhere
I'm
from
wearing
$600
like
to
what?
$1,100.
Like less than
It has people
$100.
everywhere
I'm
wondering,
wearing like
are
less
we
than 50
normalizing
bucks.
designer on a regular basis for our kids?
Like,
I
fuck
need
that
to know
shit,
now
dude.
so I can make sure mine go to school somewhere else. And honestly, that question is fair because a new study from badcredit.org found 66% of parents would go into debt to help their child feel like they fit in at school. Erica Sandberg with badcredit.org says name brands here and there are fine, but not if it's something that will throw your finances out of whack.
If you've got young kids, set them up for success straight from the get-go, where they don't expect those name brands the same as your teenager would, because the social pressures later do become super intense, and they do cause parents to overspend to compensate.
It goes deeper than just the price tag. 48% of parents said they even feel guilty for not being able to afford name brand or trendy items for their kids. On average, Sandberg tells me back to school shopping could be around $500 per kid, so setting a plan ahead of time is
Fucking
crucial for your
500
pockets.
bucks.
Are you
Yikes.
going to use savings? Are you going to
What,
use a
school
credit
supplies,
card? Buy now, pay now,
clothes?
buy
I
now, pay
guess.
later
And what? You
programs,
don't need to buy
and
your
start
fucking
to
kids new
plan,
clothes every
right? How
fucking
is it that
right
you're
every
going to make
semester
this
or
work?
whatever.
Or
It's fucking
are you
insane.
going to reduce that spending?
But if you're still hoping to hop on the designer trend for your kid and can't afford it,
Hey, a $25 Chanel lipstick that your teenage daughter can whip out can have the same effect.
the bottom line is back to school shopping is temporary, but your finances are not. Sandberg stresses how important it is to be transparent with your kids about money, and that conversation
Yeah,
can't just happen during back to school
yes,
season.
these parents
Badcredit.org
know how to
also found that
talk about
59%
their
of parents
money
don't talk to their
situation
kids
with their
about
kids,
financial
even
goals.
though they're spending
They're saying,
just as.
listen, we all have a limit.
Fuck that.
I
shit.
have a limit. There's only so much that we can
These people are
afford for
wild.
your clothes to go back to
Jesus,
school.
my
We
parents
have
didn't even
some,
teach me
but
this shit.
not
To just
as much
spend
as maybe you may
frivolously
want.
on these
So just
fucking
know going
crazy
into this
designer
process
fucking clothes.
that
And shit.
we're not going to get
Fuck.
everything for you this year. You have Christmas coming up or other holidays coming up, and we can supplement there. But
Man, all
right
you
now,
need are those,
this
you
is
know,
what we
those
have.
easy white
And be okay with
T-shirts
that.
that are like
It
fucking
sets
10
them up
bucks,
for
and you get like
success.
3 in a
With
pack.
Straight Arrow News, I'm
Right?
Kennedy Felton.
Same with the boxers,
Download our
man.
app
3 in a.
or visit SAN.com for more.
You know, that's all you need. There's even shorts, right? Even there's packs of shorts that's like, oh, you could get like like 3 shorts for like $25 or some shit, $20. I'm like, it's like, what the fuck? Oh shit.
Want to pass tough on crime bill? Pass a tough on crime bill. Give cities more resources to combat crime. But don't just go ahead and try to normalize using federal troops in U.S. cities. And that's the slippery slope we're on right now.
I don't know what's authoritarian about putting some extra eyes and ears on the street, getting criminals off the street to keep people from being murdered and carjacked. Nobody in their right mind believes Washington, D.C. is safe. And
Yeah, you want more authoritarian? Look at Russia and like, right, China. They have more of a surveillance state than we do, but they don't cause issues like we do, right? None of their citizenry causes like a shit ton of issues.
to say the president's trying to help us keep people from getting murdered and carjacked, and we have to stop this authoritarian push. These Democrats don't know what to do with themselves. Every time Donald Trump tries to do something, they reflexively feel the need to oppose it without thinking through the political implications for themselves.
You think Democrats are taking the bait?
Well, I think they're acting like idiots here. The city is crime-ridden. I saw a guy get murdered in Union Station in February. At 4 in the afternoon. I saw the body hit the floor. Everybody who visits there,
Oh, so
everybody
he
who
so
lives
he
there
was
knows
apparently
it's a
he
serious
was
problem.
he
You have
saw
extra
someone
eyes and
get
ears.
got.
They've arrested criminals.
I mean,
they're getting illegal guns off the street. People feel
what are the chances of someone witnessing a I actually want to look this up now. What in America, what is the chances of someone witnessing a murder, right? What are the chances of this? The chances of someone witnessing a person being killed are extremely low, as most homicides are not public or random events. I mean, yes. The vast majority of murders involve victims and perpetrators who know each other, often occurring in private settings, such as homes, which reduces the likelihood of a third party being present. So there you have it. So most likely, most of the crimes that happen are the victims and the perpetrators know each other. Right. Often occur, in fact, approximately 73 to 79% of homicides are committed by someone the victim knows, including family members or acquaintances, further limiting the probability of an independent witness. Right. Random public homicides are rare, and the likelihood of being an eyewitness to such an event is comparable to other low probability risks like being struck by lightning. Okay, witnessing someone being killed in an accident. That was just homicides. Witnessing a death in an accident. The likelihood of witnessing a fatal car accident is difficult to quantify. Oh, well, I didn't say car accident. I'm using the Google fucking AI for this. It's not doing a good job, really. I should use like Grok or something, because they would give me more information. Everything. Likelihood of witnessing a fatal accident, such as someone being killed, is not directly qualified. However, the data available focuses on the risk of being involved in a fatal car crash or dying in one. The lifetime odds of dying in a motor vehicle crash in the United States are estimated in 1 in 95. Others provide different figures, such as 1 in 101, 1 in 107, or 1.5%, which are all estimated a probability of dying in a crash over a lifetime, not the chance of witnessing. See, so they have, right, their date, right, these people are looking at lifetime. They're not looking at, right, within that, right, within a year or within that instant. Right, they're not representing the odds of observing a fatal incident, right? So essentially, we don't have the data because people are not looking for that kind of data, right? For whatever reason, the government or, right, whatever body that controls whatever data that they're looking for, they're not looking for, right, these certain things. They're not looking for specifics. They're looking for categorized, generalized things. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
safer, tourists feel safer
What is the problem?
I think it's really important to be clear about what is going on here, and a relatively small crime
I mean,
problem
it's not.
is
I
being
mean,
used
I guess you could say
for
it's more
specific
scoped into a
authoritarian purposes that we know and understand. DC does have a really
or
one really
scoped
big
into a
crime problem, which
generalization
was the January
that's
6th
that's
insurrection
not
incited by the current president
truthful.
of
I
the United
guess you
States.
could
When
say.
I go to DC, I'm not afraid of losing my wallet so much as I'm afraid of losing my vote. I'm not afraid of losing my wallet so much as I'm afraid that my children's freedom to breathe will be stolen in a world where climate change policy is non-existent.
Right.
So there is carjacking.
And of course,
but let me just finish. There is a carjacking
but
going
you got
on.
to worry about two things. You got to worry about
Hold on,
two things at the same time.
Let me just finish my point.
But it's not. Yeah, you can finish your point, but just let's stop where you just said before you go to another point. You can do two things at one time.
Absolutely.
You can worry about the environment. You can worry about all these other things. At the same time, you can also worry about safety.
My advice on this, as a punditry matter, would be, well, let's see where we are at the end of 30 days. How much progress have they made? And then Congressman can make an assessment at that point about whether this is working, and maybe it would help to extend it a little bit.
I guess I'm old enough, Scott, to remember when you were appalled, as the rest of us were, on January 6th, when he wouldn't.
Because January 6th happened, should we not enforce the law today?
Excuse me.
Do you want murders?
Apparently, Nick Fuentes was the one stoking some shit there too. Honestly, a lot of people during the January 6th, right, that stuff, there was obviously some shit stirrers there. There was obviously some people who wanted to fucking cause some problems, and they it's unfortunate, but it lumped in a lot of people. Right, it lumped in a lot of people who shouldn't be lumped in.
What are you thirsty for? Some kind of relevance out here?
No, actually, Scott.
I mean, I don't know what you do for a living.
Goddamn gay ops, man.
Murders have gone down from 180 last year, 83 last year, to on track to only 170 this year. Only the Democrats would think 170 murders is something to celebrate and doesn't need any intervention.
There you have it.
New Mexico has declared a state of emergency, not for a natural disaster, but in response to rising violent crime. Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham signed an order Wednesday requesting federal help to support overwhelmed resources in Rio Arriba County, Espanola, and nearby Pueblo areas. Espanola, one of the state's oldest towns along the Rio Grande, blends Native American and Spanish culture, but struggles with high unemployment and limited access to social services. Officials say
we got a bunch of homeless. We got a homeless problem. We got a drug addiction problem. Just look at that! They're fucking shooting, smoking crack or meth right there.
Jumping fourfold. Rio Arriba County also leads New Mexico in overdose deaths. Fentanyl was involved in 65% of cases in 2023, methamphetamine in 51%, and most victims were aged 25 to 64.
Holy shit.
The governor's order releases up to $750,000 to bring federal resources to the hardest hit areas, remaining in effect until funds are used or services are no longer needed. The order doesn't specify if or when the National Guard will be deployed. In June, guardsmen in plain clothes were sent to Albuquerque to assist police in areas officials described as war zones. Find the full story right now on SAN.com or by downloading the Straight Arrow News mobile app. For Straight Arrow News, I'm Kaylee Carey.
Welcome to the United States of America. We got our own Civil War zones.
We are following breaking news as we come on the air. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi introducing a new chapter in the federal takeover of D.C., issuing a sweeping order that's now at the center of a legal firestorm with D.C. Attorney General Brian Schwab. She named DEA Chief Terry Cole as D.C.'s Emergency Police Commissioner, sidelining local leadership. Thank you for joining us on the news at noon. I'm Simone D'Alba.
Local leadership.
The move follows President Trump's declaration of a crime emergency in the Capitol,
because
and it
the
marks
chain
a
of command.
dramatic escalation in federal control over DC.
There was that one. There was that one officer who was like, "Who's in charge of the chain of command now?" And she was just like, "What?"
Attorney General Brian Schwab says the move is unlawful and goes beyond the president's limited authority over local police. Rafael Sanchez-Cruz is in Judiciary Square, where a hearing is expected in federal court later today.
D.C.'s Attorney General Brian Schwab is seeking a temporary restraining order. Schwab says President Donald Trump and U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi are violating the Home Rule Act. This lawsuit comes hours after Bondi ordered DEA
MPD.
Administrator Terry Cole to take over as emergency police commissioner, replacing MPD Chief Pamela Smith. This order.
Yeah, basically this chick. Yeah, everybody's like, yeah, she's a DEI. They don't think she's doing her job properly, so they kicked her out. Essentially,
pull all the powers and responsibility of the chief. Schwab argues that Section 740 of the Home Rule Act does not allow the president to remove D.C.'s police chief. He says the president can only request services for federal purposes, like protecting federal property. Even if that section is invoked lawfully, Schwab says the mayor still appoints the police chief and command of MPD remains with that chief. As we mentioned earlier, there is expected to be a hearing at some point today in federal court. We will have updates in our 4, 5, and 6 o'clock hours. I'm Rafael Sanchez Cruz, WUSA 9.
All right, Rafa, thank you. Our team has been diving into the lawsuit filed by the Attorney General. In the last 45 minutes, we found a sworn legal statement filed in court on behalf of Chief Pamela Smith. She is blasting the federal takeover, saying, quote, "In my nearly 3 decades in law enforcement, I have never seen a single government
file a
action
lawsuit.
that would cause a greater threat to law and order than this dangerous directive."
She feels like her
Smith says Bondi's new
being
order would
threatened or
upend
something.
MPD's command structure, create confusion in the ranks,
Warfare.
and put both officers and the public at risk. The chief also says she received
Warfare.
no
We do the
communication from the
warfare
White
right
House
now.
or the Attorney General about the takeover until Monday's announcement from the president. We also got a statement from the D.C. Police Department just a few hours ago. It reads, quote, "We understand there may be questions about recent decisions regarding the Metropolitan Police Department. What's most important for our community to know."
I have it.
The NCAA is throwing a penalty flag at fake injuries in college football.
Uh-oh.
Literally. New rules will be in effect for the
They're
upcoming
going after
season designed to
people
combat
faking it.
teams trying to intentionally slow down the
Fakers.
game.
Fakers.
There are no statistics outlining how many players faked an injury to stop the clock during the past few seasons, but the NCAA made it an off-season priority to put an end to the shady tactic.
Basically,
Ole Miss running
they're
back
trying
Matt
to.
Jones was caught on camera going down.
They're trying to get you on thought crimes on the
Gestures at
field.
Jones that say, hey, they want you to go down.
Oh! Oh! Oh no! I have fallen and can't get up.
ESPN and ABC college football analyst Kirk Herbstreit called out the practice.
You
the
see that a lot in
Oklahoma-Tennessee game
soccer.
in 2024.
It drives me crazy. They look over after a big play, and all of a sudden he looks over.
Oh, cramp! Oh no! Oh, I got a cramp!
As
Oh
Herbstreit
no!
points out,
my
faking an
leg.
injury to stop the clock
Help!
is used
I
to
need
slow
a
down
stretcher.
up-tempo
Medic!
offenses that tend to confuse the defense or
Medic!
make them tired. The fake injury can also be used as a way for a team to get an extra timeout. But not any longer. Starting this season, if a player goes down injured after the ball is spotted by the officiating crew and medical personnel go onto the field of play, the player's team will be charged a timeout. If the team has no timeouts left, officials will assess a 5-yard delay of game penalty. To further discourage intentionally going down, injured players must miss at least one play, even if a timeout is used, and they will not be permitted to return until they've been formally cleared by the team's medical staff. There are several other rule changes for 2025 as well. For instance, teams get fewer timeouts in overtime, and there are enhanced rules against the defense simulating a snap and having 12 men on the field to try and stop the clock. For Straight Arrow News, I'm Chris Francis.
Anyone need a medic? No? You want a medic? Here's your medic. Ah! Fuck your leg.
How are you? What will make a success of this summit today?
I can't tell you that. I don't know. It's there's nothing set in stone. I want certain things. I want to see a ceasefire. This is not to do with Europe. Europe's not telling me what to do. But they're going to be involved in the process, obviously, as well as Zelensky. But I want to see a ceasefire rapidly. I don't know if it's going to be today, but I'm not going to be happy if it's not today. Everyone said it can't be today, but I'm just saying I want the killing to stop. I'm in this to stop the killing. You know, we're not putting up any money. We're making money. They're buying our weapons, and we're sending them to NATO, and NATO's sending us big.
Well, yeah, obviously you're fucking making money.
I don't care about that. I care about
the war machine
it
is
was a
a
big
great
factor when
moneymaker,
Biden spent
isn't it?
350 billion, he got nothing.
Yeah, all those
But what I
fucking
do care about
weapons
is
and
we lost
armaments. It's a lot of money.
Last week, 7,011 people were lost. Almost all soldiers. 36 people in a town which got hit by a missile. But over 7,000 soldiers. It's crazy.
Could you describe a little bit, Mr. President, because I know you've had a lot of phone calls with President Putin. What's the difference in a face-to-face, in-person meeting?
Look, he's a smart guy, been doing it for a long time, but so have I. Been doing it for a long time. And here we are, we're president. That was much more difficult than what I'm doing today, believe me. So we get along. There's a good respect level on both sides. And I think, you know, something's going to come of it. I notice he's bringing a lot of business people from Russia. And that's good. I like that.
Oh.
They want to do business, but they're not doing business until we get the war settled.
So he brought a lot of
We have the hottest
business people
country
from
on Earth. We have the
Russia.
hottest economy
But
on Earth. We
right,
have
the war is
hottest
still
economy
going, so he
in the
can't really
country.
do business.
We
But
just
they
set a new
probably
stock market record
have some
again.
talks going on.
We have hundreds of billions of dollars flowing in from tariffs. We're the hottest. We were a dead country, a dead like doornails, a dead country. 1 year ago, we were dead as a doornail, and now we have the hottest country. And he wants a piece of that because his country is not hot economically. In fact, it's the opposite. And China's not doing well economically, but we're all, look, I want everybody to do well. The war's got to stop and the killing's got to stop.
Mr. President, what do you stop? Thank you for coming back to take questions. We saw that Russia continued its violence into Ukraine last night, launching even more drones. What did you make of that?
I think they're trying to negotiate. He's trying to set a stage. I mean, in his mind, that helps him make a better deal. It actually hurts him. But in his mind, that helps him make a better deal if they can continue the killing. Maybe it's a part of the world. Maybe it's just his fabric, his genes, his genetics. But he thinks that makes him, gives him strength in negotiating. I think it hurts him, but I'll be talking to him about it later.
It's on the table for discussions today, Mr. President. Are
But
the
money.
territorial swaps on the table? Will you be discussing that?
They'll be discussed, but I've got to let Ukraine make that decision. And I think they'll make a proper decision. But I'm not here to negotiate for Ukraine. I'm here to get them to the table. And I think you have two sides. Look, Vladimir Putin wanted to take all of Ukraine. If I
Had
wasn't
to.
president, he would right now be taking all of Ukraine. But he's not going to do it.
Mr. President, what did you mean?
Just one thing. What about the possibility of the United States providing security guarantees to Ukraine?
Maybe. Along with Europe and other countries. Not in the form of NATO, because that's not going to, you know, there are certain things that aren't going to happen. But yeah, along with Europe, there's a possibility of that.
Mr. President, you mentioned the number of business people that President Putin is bringing along. Is that something that you want to discuss with President Putin at this meeting?
If we make progress, I would discuss it, because that's one of the things that they would like. They'd like to get a piece of what I built in terms of the economy. Just so you know, we were a dead country with our economy. He wouldn't be interested. He wouldn't have been interested a year ago with the Biden economy. But he is interested in the Trump economy, because we're
Called
those
up
factories start
Biden.
opening up. We have hundreds of factories all
Oh,
over the
Biden
country.
economy? Ew.
And that includes auto factories, AI factories,
Ew.
and every other. They're all coming in because they want to beat the tariffs. Because if they open here, they don't have to pay tariffs. If they don't open here, they have to pay, in some cases, 200%, 300%. I haven't even set some of the tariffs yet. I'll be setting tariffs next week and the week after on steel and on, I would say, chips. Chips and semiconductors. We'll be setting sometime next week.
Semiconductors and chippos.
I'm going to have a rate that is going to be lower at the beginning, then that gives them a chance to come in and build, and very high after a certain period of time. And if they don't build here, they have to pay a very high tariff, which doesn't work, so they'll come and build.
Yeah, you want tariff? You don't want to high tariff? Well, you must build facility here now. You build here now, or you will be taxed very highly, very highly.
Would face severe consequences if you get the sense from him that he's not interested. What do you mean by that?
Economically severe, yes, it will be very severe.
You must bring
my
back your
health,
productions now.
I'd like to focus on
Or
our
else
country,
you
but I'm
will
doing
you
this
will
to save a
face
lot
the
of lives.
wrath
Yeah,
of
very severe.
tariffs.
Thank you very much, everybody.
We are following breaking news as we come on the air. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi introducing a new chapter in the federal takeover.
Oh wait, we already saw this. Whoops.
Where are we? At Democracy Center. And right outside, at this exact moment, are dozens and dozens of ICE agents.
Oh, well, I mean, because you guys like self-report yourselves like every
Donald Trump and his
time.
minions, Tom Homan, tough guy. Clearly decided, coincidentally or not, that this was a location to advance ICE arrests. Indiscriminate? Perhaps. We'll find out later. It was certainly indiscriminate when a 15-year-old disabled boy had a gun put to his head in Los Angeles trying to go to school just a few days ago.
Nice way to make it
I'm not with
emotional,
it.
brother.
I don't need to belabor this, except I want to.
I don't want to believe, dude. Shut the fuck up.
People are scared. People are fearful. You had a United States senator that was thrown down to the ground. In a federal
I'm
building.
sorry. I would hang all of you guys, to be honest. All of you guys suck dick, and all of you guys need to be hung.
Well, Washington, D.C. and the federal government are at odds over President Trump's order taking over the district's police force. Today, D.C. sued the Trump administration and Attorney General Pam Bondi. Scott McFarland reports for WJZ from Washington.
U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi issued an order Thursday night pushing aside Washington, D.C.'s police chief in favor of the head of the Drug Enforcement Administration.
At my directive, we have made Terry Cole now the commissioner over the police.
District officials who have so far complied with the federal takeover of their police
I am the
department
government
pushed
now.
back. Mayor Muriel Bowser responded with a letter to the police chief saying the Bondi
I
order
am
was
the
unlawful
captain
and that
now.
she should maintain control of the Metropolitan Police Department.
Washington, D.C.'s Attorney General has filed a suit
I am El
against the Trump
Capitano.
administration challenging this takeover of the D.C. Police Department. He calls it the greatest threat to home rule Washington, D.C. has ever faced.
Bondi also ordered an end to D.C.'s sanctuary city status, telling local officers they must now comply with immigration enforcement.
D.C. will not
I am
remain a
El
sanctuary
Diablo
city
El
actively
Capitan.
shielding criminal
Okay?
aliens. Will not happen.
But D.C. is not alone
we
in that
we
regard.
going to
She also sent
booker
letters to
you.
cities and states across the country, giving them 5
We're
days
gonna
to end
booker
their
you,
sanctuary status.
okay?
Scott McFarland, CBS News, Washington.
Yeah,
In announcing this rally, Gavin Newsom posted pure cringe, an attempt to troll Donald Trump by using Trump's language and mannerisms. During Gavin Newsom's rally, some special
well,
guests
I mean,
showed up
when Gavin Newsom does his shoulder strutting, he just looks like a fucking retard.
Outside of the downtown LA venue where Governor
Like
Gavin
does the weird
Newsom was
shoulder
actually
strutting
holding a
thing. It's like, dude, what are you doing?
press conference and it appears that those Border Patrol agents are making arrests, illegal immigrants.
No, we're here making Los Angeles a safer place. Since we won't have politicians that'll do that, we do that ourselves. So that's what we're here today. As you can see, already making it a safer place. We're glad to be here. We're going to continue to do that, and they can take that one to the bank and cash it.
Gavin Newsom was not happy about it.
Right outside.
Take that to the
at
bank
this exact moment,
with
are
cash.
dozens and dozens of ICE agents.
Ash money.
Donald Trump You think it's coincidental? Donald Trump and his minions, Tom
Is she
Homan,
freaking out at
tough
it?
guy.
She was like
Clearly
Oh, I
decided,
thought she was like freaking out at that
or not,
reporter or
that this was a
something.
location to advance ICE arrests.
I don't know
In the
what
bottom
happened.
right of the screen, there is Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass having an absolute embarrassing meltdown over this.
Oh, Karen Bass playing up the crowd or playing up the cameras. Oh, they got the Spanish. They got the Spanish news broadcasting there.
This has nothing to do with safety. In fact, this is the exact opposite.
Telemundo.
Of
What was it?
safe.
Telemundo? I don't know.
that this just happened to be a coincidence. There is no way this was a coincidence. This was widely
I am
publicized
angry.
that the governor and many of our other elected officials were having a press conference
I am
here.
upset.
Why would you
You're
do
not
that?
really
That is
upset, bitch.
unbelievably
Hey,
disrespectful.
maybe you should fix the Palisades fire
about
shit that people are still
Los Angeles, and they
upset
are the
about.
source of the disorder in Los Angeles right now. At this point, this doesn't have anything to do with immigration at all.
Mayor,
This is about causing trouble in our city. LA is unsafe right now because of his actions.
Because of his action. Bitch, what are you talking about?
Could you speak
He
to the
wasn't.
ICE
He's not
action
even.
outside
He doesn't even fuck around with California. He's like somewhere else while the shit's burning to the ground.
That they chose time, manner, and place to send their district director outside right when we're about to have this press conference. She said everything you know.
Man, you guys act like he's the goddamn boogeyman when he's not even fucking at your doorstep.
I'm sure. Maybe they won't deny it. She said everything you know about the authoritarian tendencies of the President of the United States. I said in a moment ago, wake up, America. Wake up. You will not have a country if he rigs this election.
If he rigs this election. What election?
I wasn't exaggerating when I said that I received.
You mean the 2024 election? You're saying he rigged the 2024 election?
Let's flash back
Uh-oh.
just a few days.
You know, you're not allowed to run. I've been, so everybody wants me to run, but
Including
you
us.
know, you know, it's funny. So this drives me crazy. Look, 4 more years. I go 4 more years. So it's sort of cool.
You have it.
The white powder that forced an evacuation at 26 Federal Plaza in New York Thursday has been identified as boric acid, according to the FBI. The test results reported by ABC 7 New York. 5 letters containing the substance were found in a 9th floor mailroom, prompting the evacuation of the building, which houses offices for the FBI, Homeland Security, and ICE.
The people were
The
trying
all-clear
to
was given later
give
in the day.
FBI
No arrests
agents,
yet, but officials
they
say
were
whoever
trying
is
to give
responsible
them
could
boric
face federal
acid for
charges.
something,
Police
right?
and a hazmat
Sending
team responded to the scene.
bioweapon
2
through the mail.
employees were initially
essentially.
exposed, but were cleared soon after. No injuries were reported, and police say there is no.
Gotta
threat to the
love
public.
people trying to
Mayor
use
Eric Adams
bioweapons
says
still.
He's been
yeah.
briefed on the situation.
Oh,
The
but you
FBI
guys are
confirms the
breaking
substance
Geneva
was boric
conventions.
acid,
What the fuck are you
commonly
talking?
used in
The
pesticides
Geneva. Who
and
the
other
fuck?
products.
No one cares
Can be
about that
harmful if
shit.
consumed. 26 Federal Plaza has
You
been
have
at the
people
center of
throwing
protests
fucking
and
acid at
scrutiny
each other.
over
It's like, dude,
conditions
shut the
inside
fuck
its
up. You
ICE
have people
processing center.
burning each other
Just this
alive and
week,
shit.
A federal judge ordered the Trump administration to
Shut
improve
up.
conditions for detainees. During Thursday's emergency, those detainees were temporarily moved to a facility in Newark, New Jersey. For more unbiased updates, download the Straight Arrow News app or go to san.com.
Yeah, people. You have people trying to inject people with drugs and fucking try and make them overdose and shit. You guys are shady as fuck. That's bioweapon behavior. Capitalism versus socialism. Free. Illegal immigrant. Illegal immigrant. Is that a knife? An illegal immigrant. UK citizen.
No kings.
Unless it was during the pandemic when all the mom and pop businesses were shut down, but the government said it was totally fine for all the major super rich corporations to continue operating. But I didn't really care because as long as I could get my Starbies and go to Target, I was fine.
Now that the right has shown us who they really are as human beings, I am so happy because I feel like collectively on the left, we have all decided that we are bringing back bullying. And this is so great for me because I'm really good at this. This is something that I thrive in.
Oh god, we got a soy boy here. Deportations ramping up. Whee! Oh! Plastic. Are you drunk? No, yeah.
No kings! Except during the pandemic when we told people that they would lose their job unless they took a certain medical product, or they couldn't even go into certain restaurants without vaccine paperwork. That was crazy, but I didn't really care because I just complied.
It's important that we continue to mock the people who thought this was a good idea. Yes, I'd like a wake-up call. Conspiring to take down your political opponent by leaking classified information is a crime.
Net approval was a crime. Way underwater there at minus 26 points. It was one of
Comey, Shiv, and right, all those guys, they got caught red-handed apparently. Or well, they got sucked into like depositions because they were doing shady
You will
shit.
have a president who will be running for a third term. Mark my word. I wasn't exaggerating when I said that I received in the mail a Trump 2028 hat.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah.
Trump 2028 hat.
he's trying. Oh, he's trying to divert democracy and get rid. He's trying to break all the rules with this Trump 2028 campaign. He's so fucking stupid. So fucking stupid. He knows that he can't run a fucking another term. You fucking stop being a fucking baby bitch. So mad at fucking Trump just fucking shitting on him all the time. Anyways, that was it for our fast news. If you want to check out all the links and everything, will be in the description and whatnot. Thank you. Peace.